What is commonly perceived as harmless despite its inherent danger? Sugar. It is readily available and in everything. It causes so many health issues. When you're young, you do not even think about it. When you approach 40, you're trying to mitigate the damage already done. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, high body fat. This leads to CORI and more issues that spiral. Sugar rots your teeth, and the healthcare system in America is poor at best. Dental is next level extreme. Driving. It is absolutely insane how comfortable we are operating machinery that can kill us if we ease off the responsibility for seconds, or if someone else eases off their responsibility for seconds. I understand why we are comfortable with it psychologically, but at the same time, taking a step back and looking at the reality of it is kind of nuts. Popping a champagne cork. The idea of a cork hitting someone in the eye seems like something out of slapstick comedy, but it's actually something that happens fairly often. It happened to my dad a few years ago. He couldn't see out of that eye for a while, and 3 doctors said he was lucky because some people actually lose an eye that way. Okay, someone has to say cannabis for younger people. The risk of triggering psychosis is much too high for it to be overlooked as much as it is for people over 25. No real risk to speak of, but for people below, especially people whose family has a history of mental illness, the risks are unacceptably high. Wildlife. Too many people think because an animal is fuzzy it is also friendly. Even animals like horses can delete you from this life in a split second if they want to. And for the love of whatever deity you subscribe to, don't extend your hand to pet a wild animal. They all bite. Shallow self-injury. Most people will be concerned at any self-harm, but there's a visible difference in the way they react depending on depth or method. All self-harm is equally dangerous as it is an addiction that will usually escalate. Or ladybugs. My mum would always want to keep them alive, and would be pissed if I killed them giving me love bites. If them shits were bigger, the human race would have probably died by those fuckers. Skiing. I've known so many people that have hurt themselves really bad. People that have skied for years. Going fast down a hill means one wrong thing can quickly turn into a lot of wrong things. Water safety. I am water safety certified, and it's so scary how often and quickly drowning can occur. And in minimal water. Watch your kids around water, always. Day-to-day life, you know that people get hit by cars, get attacked, have heart attacks, and yet we just go about our day each day assuming it is not our turn. Tylenol. In the early aughts, a man sent anthrax through the mail. The man had access to things like anthrax but committed suicide by ODing on Tylenol. Going 75 miles per hour down a 2-lane road with only a painted yellow line dividing you, and the person driving right at you on the other side of the road. Dogs. Despite their friendly demeanor, dogs pose a hidden danger as carriers of rabies. Once clinical symptoms appear, rabies is 100% lethal. Vape. Kids were vaping even back when I was in high school, and back then it was new, so teachers even thought it was perfume or something. LOL. Running down the stairs or improperly using ladders. I've seen the long-term impacts from falling off a ladder, and it's not pretty. Driving. It's taken for granted so badly. People think it's okay to comment on Reddit while the cave chew. Dolphins. One friend of mine got his ribs broken by a dolphin, but he managed to escape alive luckily. Inadequate sleep. Cascades on countless levels, down to how much of a risk you pose in traffic, etc. Lint. Too much lint in a dryer can cause a fire. Gotta clean that stuff out on the regular. Roller coasters. Just one traumatic brain injury waiting to happen. I'm teaching my kids to drive, and I'm shocked how casually we take driving. For me, revealing personal information about yourself on the internet. Steps. Falling on steps kills more people every year than house fires. Live wiring electrical anywhere. It's exactly what it sounds like. Ladders. You're literally one step away from a debilitating injury. Letting your kid stand while riding in main portion of the cart. Your basement, possibly. if you haven't tested for radon gas. Inexpert medical advice, looking at you entire internet.